Hi, the SI meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Friday, October 18th. A cool frontal system slid through the mid-Atlantic region overnight. A few showers during the evening hours. It'll be cooler today, some 5 degrees or so cooler than yesterday. Another cool front will pass through the region tomorrow night. Sunday will turn out even cooler than today. And yet another cool front looks like it'll move into the eastern states by the middle part of next week and will turn even cooler yet on Wednesday of next week along the I-95 corridor. A much cooler weather pattern is shaping up for the next couple of weeks as we progress through the rest of the month of October, and it looks like it'll last into November. The coldest core of the air masses over the next couple of weeks will be over the upper part of the Midwest and the Great Lakes region, where they will be way below normal and even experience the first snows of the season, but it'll become below normal in the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic region, as well as those colder air masses will certainly spread to the east over the next couple of weeks. I thought we'd start off by looking at upper level maps here because it kind of shows what's going on in the upper part of the atmosphere that will promote this change to much cooler for the eastern two-thirds of the nation. This is from the Penn State EWOL site, and it's from last night's GFS ensemble run, and it shows the 500 millibar height anomalies. And what we see here in blue is kind of a deep upper level trough starting to set up here, and this is this morning's situation, and then we'll jump ahead to the middle of the week and see how all this evolves. We also have indicated by red here strong ridging along the west coast of Canada and the US, and in between you have this flow of air following these lines here, just bringing cooler and cooler air masses in from way up there in Canada into the northern US. Now check and see what happens here by the middle part of the week. And here you go. That deep upper level trough just jumps into the eastern part of the country. Still a strong ridge in the along the west coast, and all this is promoting the flow of air that will bring colder and colder air masses in from northern Canada into the northern U.S. So again, we have the current situation at 500 millibars like this, and by Wednesday of this week, the real pattern sets up with a deep upper level trough centered over the Great Lakes region, and colder than normal weather pattern for much of the eastern two-thirds of the nation, from the northern plains all the way to the east coast. Well, that was a look at the upper level pattern for this morning and the forecast map for the middle of the week around Wednesday. Here's the current surface map. We had one frontal system move off the east coast overnight. A second cool frontal system over the Midwest this morning will move through the Mid-Atlantic I-95 corridor late tomorrow. It is rather moisture starved, so nothing more than a shower or two late in the day and early tomorrow night. Again, rather limited in terms of rainfall, but cooler air behind it will certainly be noticeable on Sunday here along the I-95 corridor. We're kind of in a step-down process from cooler and cooler and cooler air masses moving in. Again, today will be cooler than yesterday. Sunday looks like it'll be cooler than Friday and Saturday as we get into this air mass. And upstream, yet another cool front looks like it's poised to move through the Mid-Atlantic region by the middle of next week, and will be the coolest yet around Wednesday of next week. Well, here's a current look at the radar across the country. Not much going on. Again, that next frontal system over the Midwest, just a few scattered rain and snow showers here associated with that. It's rather moisture starved. There is an area of snow and rain here extending from around the Denver region in Colorado to across Kansas. In fact, this morning, right now, it's snowing at Denver. Steady light snow, about 29 degrees. They may get an inch or two before that pulls off to the east, but for the most part, the nation as a whole is rather dry. The front that went through last night had limited shower activity along the I-95 corridor. Same thing will be true for tomorrow evening's frontal system. Just a couple of showers as cooler air is ushered into the Mid-Atlantic for Sunday and Monday. Well, let's take a look at a few forecast maps. This is from last night's Zero-Z GFS model run, the forecast map for this evening. Nothing but dry conditions here. It'll be mostly sunny today. Cooler than yesterday by some 5 or 6 degrees or so. Notice this blue line here. We talked about this yesterday. This time of the year is kind of a nice line to look at for rain snow depiction right around the freezing mark of the lower parts of the atmosphere. As of this evening, it's forecasted to be right over the central Great Lakes. Let's now jump ahead to tomorrow evening's forecast map. And here it is by tomorrow evening. That blue line is in northwestern part of Pennsylvania as yet another cool front is approaching the east coast. There are some showers associated with this, especially over the mountains of central and western Pennsylvania, West Virginia, and a shower or two can make it across the mountains into the I-95 corridor 4 or 5 p.m. all the way up to about 8, 9 o'clock tomorrow evening. Nothing long-lasting and nothing on the heavy side, as this secondary cool front is moisture-starved, but there is quite a cool shot behind it moving in. In fact, this region right in here could experience some snow, the first snows of the season across Minnesota, Wisconsin, maybe even Michigan over the next few days. Not heavy, but the first snows of the season. Finally, here's a forecast map for Sunday evening. Dry conditions on Sunday. It'll be sunny but cool. Again, cooler than today or tomorrow, as we'll be behind that next cool front. And look at it, look at this upstream. Yet another cool front with a strong high pressure system over south central Canada, representing even cooler air. That looks like that'll arrive in the Mid-Atlantic region by the middle part of next week as we evolve into this colder weather pattern for the eastern two-thirds of the nation for the next few weeks. That's it for now. For the SIWeather.com, I'm meteorologist Paul Dorian.